Gervonta Davis, Tank Davis, the time has come for the world to recognize this is one of the top 5 fighters on the planet.
Who do you want to see him fight next?
Shakur Stevenson. Even though he's a fabulous boxer, the punch, I don't think he could take a punch from Gervonta Davis. Yeah. I don't see it. Gervonta Davis might be the best in the world. So he can punch. He's a knockout artist. He can box. He's not given enough credit for it, okay? He closes. He finishes. Once he smells blood, he's like a shark in blood-infested waters, Molly. He will finish you, okay? And by the way, he is an elite boxer.
Interview number 1. StephenASmith is putting Shakur Stevenson on blast, accusing him of avoiding the biggest fight of his career against Gervonta Davis. And Smith isn't buying any excuses for why the showdown still hasn't happened.
Against Gervonta Davis? I don't know. I mean, it would be very interesting, very compelling, but I wouldn't be worried about Gervonta Davis getting knocked out. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you get into the ring with boxing's #1 attraction, because that's who the hell Gervonta Tank Davis is, okay? You're getting in with a shark in blood-infested.
Joe Rogan also highlights what makes Davis such a dangerous assignment. He sees Davis as a calculated fighter who reads situations before committing to his offense. That measured approach, combined with his ability to capitalize when opportunities appear, gives Stevenson an entirely different problem to solve.
Giant Gervonta fan. I think that guy's so unusual. Yeah. His style's so unusual, and it's like patience.
Yes.
He waits for the right time. He's so patient.
Right.
Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he's like at a world champions that are competing today at the highest level. He probably has the lowest punch count in the early rounds.
Yeah.
Because he just wait, but he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he could crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence.
On the other side of the debate, Bradley defends Stevenson, arguing that his defensive skills and ring control make him a difficult opponent to pursue. He believes Stevenson can disrupt rhythm and neutralize an opponent's offense. For Bradley, that challenge may explain why some fighters are reluctant to face Stevenson. I feel the Shakur is avoided. Interview That debate also raises a broader question, and Malik Nagy explains why elite ability can sometimes make major opportunities harder to secure. He argues that boxing structure can allow particularly difficult opponents to be bypassed. That perspective adds another dimension to the questions surrounding Stevenson and why certain defining fights remain missing. When you Roy Jones counters with a strong case for Davis, pointing to the versatility behind his success. He sees a fighter capable of adjusting his approach rather than depending on a single weapon. For Jones, Davis's discipline, ring IQ, and ability to create opportunities make him much more complicated than his reputation as a finisher suggests. Interview number 6. Terence Crawford firmly backs Stevenson against Davis, viewing his elite defensive skills as a serious obstacle for Tank. He expects Stevenson's awareness and movement to make clean opportunities extremely difficult to find. For Crawford, that could completely change the tactical battle Davis is accustomed to controlling.
Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense is just too tough.
Clarissa Shields lands somewhere between those positions. Refusing to underestimate either fighter, she recognizes the danger Davis presents, but places significant value on the variety of challenges Stevenson has already encountered. In her view, that experience against contrasting styles could become especially important in a matchup demanding constant adjustments.
Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. He can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with it.
Oscar de la Hoya also gives Davis enormous credit, viewing him as one of boxing's most complete offensive threats. He points to Davis's preparation, experience, and ability to create openings from different positions. De La Hoya sees his ring intelligence as another major advantage for him. Davis carries the tools to change the direction of a fight at any moment. Dante Davis.
I'm not going to ever, dismiss a fighter. I think that Tank got some great skills and got some hard-ass punches. He's so explosive, but so is Shakur. Yeah. Shakur has, to me, faced harder challenges than Tank. When you look at the guys who Shakur fought, look at their records, but also look at,
Jeff Mayweather acknowledges Stevenson's skill, but warns that Davis brings a dimension capable of changing the contest instantly. He feels Davis is often judged mainly by his highlight reel finishes, while the intelligence behind his approach receives less attention. For Mayweather, that combination creates a difficult puzzle for Stevenson. Interview number 2.
Shakur is a great boxer, but still, he doesn't, I mean, you know, it only takes Tank one punch.
Right.
And if Tank catches him, no matter how great he is, he'll probably go out too. You know, so that's the one thing with Tank is a one-punch knockout artist, and basically, his IQ is extremely high. People don't give him credit for it because of his knockout.
Despite those qualities, Shady McCoy takes a much stronger position on the matchup, giving Stevenson a clear advantage over Davis. While he understands why their star power makes the fight so appealing, his interest goes beyond the names involved. McCoy sees Stevenson's development as potentially creating serious problems for Davis if they finally meet.
No, but I'm saying, we just talking about them two fighting. There's no way that when you talked about Shakur and Tank, that was like a must-see.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on,
right.
Do we forget?
No, I
will say this though. I want that fight just because of the names, but the truth is, I don't think Tank has a shot against Shakur. Not even a shot.
That's the thing. Once upon a time, especially since
he always was like that when it came to Tank.
And when Shakur now fought at 140, he looks like too big, too.
Interview number 11. Max Kellerman raises the stakes even further, viewing Stevenson against Davis as the kind of matchup that carries rare significance in boxing. He sees the intrigue in watching two elite fighters whose strengths are difficult for opponents to overcome. When assessing how those qualities collide, Kellerman ultimately leans towards Stevenson.
The highest level of fight in boxing is the two all-time greats, or the two guys who are the two of the best fighters in boxing, who've never lost, or if they have, it was at a different stage in their career, who it's hard to imagine anyone imposing their will on that guy when they fight. Like when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Tommy Hearns the first time, right? That was one of the appeals of Mayweather and Pacquiao. It would have had more appeal had it happened before Marquez got to Pacquiao, right? But it was like, oh my God, someone's gonna lose this. Who could it be? That's what Shakur and Tank has that's different than for a lot of people? I like Shakur.
Eddie Hearn and Leonard Ellerbay bring opposing views to the Stevenson-Davis debate, showing just how divided opinion remains around the matchup. Hearn sees Stevenson as the type of elite challenge capable of testing Davis at the highest level, while Ellerbay strongly backs Davis. Their disagreement highlights the tactical uncertainty that makes this fight so compelling.
Tank against Shakur is one of the biggest fights in the sport. I think Tank is so exceptional. It's going to take someone as good as Shakur to give him a real fight, and I love that fight. I love that.
What? Shakur can't beat Tank.
I disagree.
He beat all the other fighters.
I disagree.
He can't Tank.
I disagree.
Tank
loses rounds.
Tank decides to do what he wants to in certain fights.
Me and you can have a big bet on that fight.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I think Shakur's the man to beat him.
Shakur cannot Tank. He's a very good fighter. A lot of respect for him, what he's done in the ring. Got a good team around him, but he can't.
Andre Rozier sees the matchup as a genuine clash of contrasting strengths, with Stevenson's technical ability matched against Davis's offensive threat. Although he respects what both fighters bring, his confidence ultimately remains with Davis. For Rozier, the tactical battle could shift quickly depending on which fighter is able to impose his approach first. Interview number
4 is a talented fighter. Tank, that's like my ride and die. I like guys that get people in trouble and knock them out. So I'm always riding with Tank. It will be a spectacular bout. I mean, you have the age-old puncher versus boxer at its best. Now, if Tank allows Shakur to get ahead too far, then he might not be able to catch up to him. On the flip side of that, if Tank gets in there and Shakur makes a mistake, it only takes one for the lights to be out.
Focuses on the tactical puzzle Stevenson could present against Davis, particularly through his movement and command of distance. He sees Stevenson's ability to disrupt an opponent's positioning as one of his greatest strengths. For Atlas, the real question is whether those tools can remain effective against a fighter as dangerous as Davis.
See, could Shakur Stevenson do his thing? Control range. You come in 6 inches, he goes back 8.5, and he counters, and he controls space in that ring. And he's a ghost. He's a ghost in that ring. He fights that style. He's that pitcher I talk about on the baseball diamond that disarms you, that takes the bat out of your hands, that hits corners, mixes up the speeds. Just doesn't allow you, keeps you off balance. Doesn't allow you to get a good swing at him. Could he do that with Tank Davis?
I'd like to see Shaq Stevenson do his thing, controlling range. You come in 6 in, he goes back 8.5, and he counters, and he controls space in that ring. And he's a ghost. He's a ghost in that ring. He fights that style. He's that pitcher I talk about on the baseball diamond that disarms you, that takes the bat out of your hands, that hits corners, mixes up the speeds, just doesn't allow you, keeps you off balance, doesn't allow you to get a good swing at him.
Man, so I gotta go. I don't see nobody being Shakur. Honestly, nobody because people he can have all the power he want, but if you can't hit him, he can't hurt. You can't hurt what you can't hit, and you can't hit Shakur. And Shorty's smart, and then he's learning how to just stay in the pocket now. That's even gonna make it more dangerous for other people. And then he can stay there, catch a shot, and come back.
You gonna go with the southpaw?
Shakur's just a bad man. He'll never